Hey everyone, Mr. Anime Random here with the Random Anime Podcast, and we figured we would go ahead and delve into just a little bit here and there of My Hero Academia. And joining me, few different people just to kind of change things up, and there's a very specific reason why we're doing My Hero Academia. One person that is with me is James,
Yeah. Hey.
Nate,
Hey, how's it going?
and Cal.
I'm back, y'all.
And the reason why we're doing My Hero Academia in particular is because of Cal. Because we know that she loves very specific characters from My Hero Academia. So we figured we'd just get right into it and talk about our favorite characters, talk about some of our favorite quirks from My Hero Academia, and go into just a few different little things here and there about the whole entire series as a whole. Not really going to try to talk about any type of spoilers, so you guys don't really have to worry about that when you guys are listening. Let's get into what My Hero Academia is. Just kind of give us a rough synopsis. Cal, you could go ahead and start us off.
So, Hero Academia is pretty much the story behind Deku and how he pretty much goes from being quirkless to actually having a quirk and fulfilling his dream of being a hero
Zero to
alongside
hero,
with
just like that.
pretty much.
Broccoli Boy does it.
Broccoli.
He did it, guys.
Yeah, that's one of his nicknames is Broccoli Boy. So, because yeah, his hair is green and yeah, looks like a broccoli. Yay! Um, now James, what is a quirk? Because Cal goes ahead and mentions a quirk, just in case any
Okay.
of the listeners did not watch My Hero Academia yet.
So quirk is basically a superpower. That's what they've kind of called superpowers. Like they've kind of made a bubble around the term superpower and just made it quirk. And it's something that you usually have when you're young. Like you get it when you're younger, and it kind of develops, and you have to hone it. And it's kind of based. It's mostly based on who your parents were and what their quirks were. But not everyone has quirks necessarily. Like Deku, at first, does not have a quirk. Um, but most people in this day and age do end up having quirks. So it's just like the superpowers. They can be anything from like electrical powers to maybe just like sprinkling a little water out of your hand or whatever. Sometimes they're really lame. Sometimes they're really awesome. It's all about luck of the draw. Luck of the draw.
Now, Nate,
Yes.
I'm sure that with all of the characters in My Hero Academia, you have at least one favorite from the series. What's one of the characters that you like? Now, you can base it off of their quirk, you could base it off of maybe their looks, their personality, whatever the case might be. But go ahead, Nate. You could start us off with one of your favorite characters.
One of my favorites is Racerhead. He basically can erase or cancel out a quirk just by looking at him. If he blinks, it gets cut off.
And
go ahead.
And go ahead and explain what Eraserhead's position is in the whole series. Like what?
He's the guy that teaches the class or helps them like grow up to be superheroes. And he's very strict.
What do you like the most about like Eraserhead? Is it?
I like his personality.
Okay.
Yeah.
Describe his personality.
Well, his personality is like he like on the outside it shows like he doesn't give like a flying prick, and but on the inside he's trying to help these guys like go through life, but it's so funny, he's so hard on them. Austin.
Now, Cal,
Yes.
I'm sure either Icy Hot or Boom Boom Boy is one of your favorites.
Well,
But if you
they're both
kind of
my
had
favorite.
to pick one, which one would you pick?
Um, that's hard. That's really hard.
Well, all right, start with one of them. I'll go to James, and then I'll go back to you. How about that?
All right, deal. So I'm just gonna start with Todoroki,
Okay.
and his quirk is pretty much being icy hot boy.
You want to
So,
explain that?
so describe the two quirks that he has, or the two abilities that he has.
Well, in the start of the show, he only has developed his icy side, which is pretty much, have ice appear. And it wasn't until during the festival thing and his match with Deku did he actually got to use his fire side, which I think is pretty cool. And I mean, besides me liking, his physical appearance, but that's besides the point. I really like his character development. He was when you first saw him, he was pretty much just really reserved. But it wasn't until after those festival games that he actually started opening up and even being pretty. He had some sense of humor, so I thought that was pretty cute.
Okay. Now, how about you, James? Who's your favorite?
My favorite. Uh, I mean, there's so many good ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of good
There
ones.
really are a lot of good ones. I mean, I could say Deku because he's pretty
Well,
cool.
what about Sue?
Oh, Sue's great. I like Sue. Um, okay, yeah, I'll just say Sue. That's fine. That
Okay.
works. Yeah, Suyu. She has the powers of a frog, so she can do anything that a frog can do, and then she's that long tongue. It's interesting. It's interesting to see like a girl have like this like huge ass like tongue, and everyone's just like it's also interesting because it's like she's this frog girl, but everyone out there is like, wow, she's the most amazing girl I've ever seen in an anime ever. Oh, I love Suyu. Who doesn't love Suyu? I mean, I don't know. I don't see how anybody couldn't, because she's also really nice and really sweet, and she's like ready to be the hero that everyone needs, even though she just has frog powers. So
Yeah.
it's interesting, like watching her figure out how to like use those powers for good. Like, oh, I can jump up there. Oh, I can use my tongue to do that. Oh, I can do that. Oh, I'm gonna save the day. It's great.
Yoshi.
She has some pretty interesting powers, I
She
gotta say.
does. Yeah.
For me, I like a lot of the different characters.
Okay.
Now, in looking at all the characters, me personally, I do like I yes, I do like Deku, right? And I think a lot of people like
Yeah.
Deku as a character. Um, I will say I do like Kaminari because he's just a goofball and electrical powers is actually pretty sweet to have. Plus his look and everything else is just it's Pikachu. That's pretty much what it is. You really can't you that's everybody right from the get-go, once his character came out, everybody was like Pikachu right away.
Right.
Done. And Pikachu is an awesome Pokemon, so you can't go wrong with Kaminari in that instance. Now,
True.
I know, like I said before, that Cal has more than one favorite character. So who's your other one, Cal?
Kachan
Who is, just for the people who have not watched it before?
is Kachan is the nickname that Deku gives to Bakugo, and he's my other favorite. He's the little boom boom boy. And what and he's always mad in the anime. He's the most pissed off guy I've ever seen. But he's pretty much the drive as far as giving Deku a purpose, even though he's a bully and does it very abusively. But that's that's pretty. That also gives Bakugo also some sort of character development in his way because he thinks he's perfect, but later on in the anime he finds out, in certain situations that he's not, and even at times admires Deku in a sort of unique way.
To an extent, yes, it's definitely like that. And with Bakugo getting into situations without really spoiling anything, especially with one of the missions that the whole entire other team had to go through. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Um, it kind of made Bakugo sort of kind of realize that, maybe he needs to kind of back down just a little bit, and I'm sure that later on in more seasons to come that they're going to make Bakugo just a little bit more refined over time. Like he will right now he's at his immaturity, I feel, and he's slowly starting to with uh his fellow heroes. He's trying to develop and grow not only with him in himself, but through others. He's trying to grow.
Yeah.
And I think that we will see some changes with him. I don't think they're gonna get rid of the way that he acts out
No.
and
No.
how verbal he is and his personality, but I think that you're gonna notice a lot of I guess my best way of explaining it is like a yin and a yang. Like he'll have like the really like bizarre sweet side to him that's like what the heck is wrong with you kind of thing, and then all of a sudden like his usual self kind of side.
Mm.
I'm just getting that vibe from him and from the way that they've been developing all these different characters. um Now, going on with the show, there's so many different quirks, so many different characters have all these different quirks. Let's say you could get one quirk, okay? Which one would you guys want? So I'll start with you, James. Which one?
Oh man.
Yeah, it's a
One.
tough one. One quirk. So that means that technically, if you pick Todoroki, you cannot get both ice and heat, or, fire and ice. You can get one or the other.
Damn.
Okay. Mm,
I know it's
it's
a tough one. Think of
it
one, just
really is.
real
It
quick,
really.
like top of your head. Bam, pick one.
I would take. Fine. Let me think.
Come on, which one?
Okay. The red-haired guy. The
Uh,
A
the
hard guy?
armor.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah.
armor. The armor one. The guy who like armors up.
you're talking about what's
What's
his
his name?
name?
Uh,
Aijiro. That guy.
Yeah, Ejiro.
Jiro,
Ejiro.
yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
sure. He like
Kirishima.
armors up.
Kirishima.
Yeah,
Hiroshima.
Kirishima. Yeah. Man, my brain just like.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. So Cal, how about you?
I I'd say creation. I think that's a really neat quirk.
Okay,
Oh, that would also be really cool, but
that
I don't know.
yeah, it would be. Now, what about you? What about you, Nate?
Now I have a question.
Go
Would this
ahead.
be in our modern age or would we be in the anime?
Uh, we'll say modern age, I guess.
Well, then I would have to pick invisibility
Okay.
from Haga Kiri or
Okay.
Haga Kiri, the Invisible Girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
For me, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think the zero gravity or the levitation, I think
Oh
would
yeah.
actually be a good one too.
I mean, I was also leaning towards Ida's powers, where he's like super speed,
It
because
Oh yeah.
Ida's is pretty
you
good too.
know.
Yeah, it's
But like
tough.
also like Deku, like having like the All Might power would be really cool, but it also be
Yeah,
like
but I wouldn't want to kill
you could
myself
really
every time I
wreck
use it.
yourself. Just
Yeah.
like
Right.
I am wrecking myself right now, man.
Having
That's
having
really
having
cool.
Then just do All Might's power then.
Yeah,
having the
snow
one
though,
for all.
yeah, you'd still be wrecking yourself though, kind of. I mean,
Yeah.
You'd be pretty fit too.
Well,
Like,
it would run out eventually because his runs
yeah.
out.
So like you'd be great for a while. You'd be like, yeah. You're like,
Well,
oh shit.
he does certain percentage,
Yeah,
and depending upon the percentage that he uses, is how much damage he's doing is to his own body.
that is
Yeah.
true. That is
And even with the low percentages, he destroys like half his body.
yeah.
So
that's
you
still a
know,
lot.
yeah.
I
So
like Stain. He just like knocks people out with one slice.
now I figured, all right, we talked a little bit about the show. We talked about some of our quirks and favorite characters. Now I kind of want to go to the flip side or the dark side, aka the evil characters, the
Ba-ba-ba.
antagonists of My Hero Academia.
Ooh.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you have a favorite
I like.
among the show that's
Hmm.
considered either anti-hero, villain, antagonists?
Hmm.
So
Uh,
I'll start with you, Nate.
I like the the purple guy. I forget his name.
Uh,
He looks like a mist.
All for one?
No, no. I think his name is Kuro Giri.
um,
He's like the mist guy who brings them. He teleports them with his
oh
power.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
Yeah, that would be an awesome power to have. He's cool. He kind of he looks like he's evil, but he looks good too. So I don't know.
you're talking about, I'm trying to think.
You know,
What's he look like? He's a
he's like a purple mist being.
oh
Uh,
oh
he had a butler outfit one time at their base.
oh right. Yeah, I'm trying to think of who that is. I mean, my vote goes for Toga.
Oh yeah,
Um,
blood fiend.
hey, bad bitch, you know. Can't
Oh
go wrong
yeah,
with
she
that.
is one
Yeah.
bad bitch that you gotta go for though. Come on,
Now
fantastic.
James, I'm thinking would probably pick Dobby.
Dobby's good. Dobby. I mean, I would also choose. I mean, go for. I mean, Togo would be really cool. I
Yeah.
mean, Togo's really cool. I mean, but Dobby, yeah, Dobby's great.
What about you, Cal?
Or Tomura.
Tomura, I really like
Tomura's
Tomura.
also awesome. Yeah.
Lot of people like Tomura. Yeah. Is that your choice? You pick a Tomura?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
Tomura a lot. He's like
Yeah.
he's really immature. I can kind of relate to that in the same,
You think?
Do you have a hand on your face too?
probably.
Yeah.
Only when she's thinking about
I facepalm a lot.
Lol.
Does that count?
Yes.
just when we say Todoroki, that's all.
Or when you're thinking about Boom Boom Boy and
Or
Todoroki at the same time.
Oh
either
boy.
one. There you
Yeah,
Nice.
we're
go.
just about Boom Boom Pow.
Face palm. There we go.
Nice.
Um, but
Mount Lady though.
Mount
yeah,
Lady.
It's a lot of women.
A lot. Depending on how tall she gets, man.
That's
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
true.
true. Interesting woman. Now the show as a whole, I think when I saw it was first coming out, I knew it was gonna be a big hit because of just the way the styling and everything else that it was gonna be. Do you think, in your own personal opinion, with it being, what, 3 seasons out, and they're coming out with the 4th one soon, right? It's coming out in a few months.
Yep.
Next
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, next month, right? October.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
October.
either,
Yeah, it's
I think
October.
yeah, so practically 2 months.
Everybody catch up.
So for My Hero Academia, do you think that it's an underrated anime, an overrated anime, or do you think it's just kind of a mid-range, meaning it's not overrated and it's not like an underrated anime? So what do you think, Cal?
Hmm. Huh. Or I mean, I can kind of see it in between as in normal and overrated.
Okay, it's interesting. Uh, Now, James, to me, I'm thinking if it's an overrated anime, it just has a lot of hype because of maybe some specific things, but it
Mm-hmm.
just really doesn't have a lot of substance to it.
Yeah.
Do you think that My Hero Academia has substance, has
I
a lot
think
of
that
detail?
okay, so here's my thought. My thought is that My Hero is kind of like it's like the new starter anime. Like it's the first thing that people who are watching anime are now watching. So their first impulse is to say, "Oh my God, this is amazing! I have not seen anything else, but I love this. Anime is great. Let me watch all the anime now because you know that
Yeah.
like they're watching this." So I think that it's only overrated really because there's lots of like new people coming out of the woodwork and saying it's great. But I also think that what it's crafted in the story that it's kind of built so far and the world that it's kind of created, I think that it is one of the better anime that
Okay.
are available to watch, like that are around for this like new generation, and I think it does deserve all the praise that it gets. I just think it's like there's a lot more. It's a lot more. It's like considered more overrated, obviously, because there's lots of new people, and the praise just kind of like keeps spewing out because they're like, oh man, how many animes have you seen? I've seen 300, and I
Right.
mean, My Hero is great, but you know it's not. But like they're like, I've only seen My Hero, and I love My Hero. I've seen My Hero 6 times. Have you seen
Right.
anything else? No, I've only seen My Hero.
Yeah.
So you
And
know, it's
what
like everyone's like, yeah.
and
But
what do you think, Nate?
I think My Hero is mid-range. I think it should be hyped up more because if you look more into it, it actually shows life lessons of real life. Because in the anime, you get the bully, Bakugo, and, the main character Deku is like innocent, and they fight, and they'll be best friends later on,
Of course.
maybe. You know,
they've always been best friends. They've always been best
they
well,
they
friends.
just don't
best
say
friends
it.
quotation marks.
Yeah.
And I think people should watch it. If no one's ever watched it before, I think you should.
It To me, and I'll kind of just sum all of this up. To me, the anime has a lot of potential. I think as long as they don't do too many kind of filler episodes and go all crazy and kind of
So,
milk it like Naruto or One Piece or any of those anime, it can be another really big long running anime. And that's kind of where they're shooting for. They're gonna I know for certain because it's a moneymaker already that they're gonna continue on as
oh
long
yeah,
as they possibly can.
the manga for
But
it.
they just need to make sure that they just keep things on track and keep it going and
And
they should
then,
be
and
able to do fine.
if they get to a certain place, then they need to know when it has to end. I mean,
Right.
some things. I mean, I know like One Piece isn't really something like that because like he has an idea and he knows where he's taking it. But like you know, some animes will just like, oh, we're selling, and then it just kind of like gets to the this like point where it's like, well, this could end now, and I would be happy with it. And then it's like, let's add this new other idea in that doesn't, make any sense. So like if they once they hit that wall, if they hit that spot, then they need to know. And they can end it. Just
Of
hopefully they figure it out.
of course.
Yeah.
But if it keeps, yeah, I mean, right now I would love to see it go on for another like 7 seasons, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fairy tale.
Would be pretty interesting to have it go on for some time. But it is nice to have an anime such as that where
Very
it's not been
diverse.
out for too long. There's only a few seasons that are out currently, and within probably a few days of marathon watching it, you can pretty much catch up and be ready for the newest episodes.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Yep.
All right, I think we covered a lot of the basics and got into some personal things about My Hero Academia without going too detailed about the show. Later episodes, we're going to delve more into character developments, plot, all of those different things. I figured, at least with this one, we could just go along with the generalities and not do much of any type of spoiler alerts or anything like that. So I hope you all enjoyed listening. Let us know your favorite characters in the comments below. Also, post which quirk you would love to have from My Hero Academia. Hit that subscribe button and that share button because those things help us out a lot. Also, hit that like button, means the world to us. Hit that share button with everybody on Twitter, and I will go ahead and give you a retweet. Appreciate it. Means a lot. And as always, guys, deuces up.
Peace.
Woo!
Bye.
Read the manga.